Welcome, dear friends, old and new members of the Enny's Diamond Stories family. Today's conversation is inspired by a season many people associate with love, Valentine's Day. But this message goes beyond flowers, chocolates, cards, and carefully planned moments. This story is about agape love, the God kind of love. The love that does not fade when emotions shift. The love that remains when celebrations end. The love that reflects God's heart and sustains Christian marriages. This is a sacred moment to pause, reflect, learn, and gently realign our understanding of love, not as the world defines it, but as God reveals it. Especially within Christian marriage and relationships. Every February, the world becomes louder about love. Social media fills with carefully curated images of smiling couples. Restaurants grow crowded, expectations rise, pressure quietly builds, and beneath all the excitement, many couples begin to ask questions they rarely voice aloud. Is it right for Christian couples to celebrate Valentine's Day? Does celebrating it distract from our faith, or can it be redeemed with godly meaning? And most importantly, is love meant to be displayed only on special occasions? These questions matter deeply, because love, in God's design, was never meant to be seasonal, conditional, or performative. They deserve honest, thoughtful, and balanced answers rooted in agape love, the love God models and calls His children to live out daily. Let us look at 10 kinds of love that couples should practice every day. It is a picture of agape love that is not seasonal. Love in marriage is rarely learned in theory. It is not mastered in books, sermons, or romantic moments alone. Love is learned in real life. It is learned in moments that arrive unannounced, some quiet, some painful, some ordinary, and some unforgettable. Couples do not usually set out to learn these kinds of love. They discover them because life demands them. They discover love when joy is shared and when disappointment is endured. They discover love when prayers are answered, and when silence stretches longer than expected. They discover love not only when everything feels right, but when staying feels harder than leaving. This is where agape love becomes visible. Agape love is not seasonal. It does not depend on dates, moods, or perfect conditions. It is not fueled by excitement alone, nor sustained by romance only. Agape love is the kind of love that chooses commitment when feelings fluctuate, remains present when circumstances change, and serves even when nothing is being returned. The Bible gives us a clear picture of this kind of love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. 1 Corinthians, chapter 13, verses 4 to 7. This passage is not describing a perfect couple. It is describing a mature love, a love that grows through experience, endurance, forgiveness, and grace. In marriage, couples slowly realize that love is not just one feeling, but many expressions of devotion shaped by time. There is love that learns to wait, love that learns to forgive, love that learns to speak gently, love that learns to stay silent when words would wound, love that learns to carry burdens together. These expressions of love do not arrive all at once. They are uncovered one season at a time. That is why the love couples discover through real life often reflects agape love more than romance alone, because it is tested, refined, and chosen repeatedly. The 10 kinds of love we are about to explore are not idealized versions of marriage. They are real, earned, and deeply human. They are reminders that love does not disappear when celebrations end. It matures, it deepens, and when rooted in agape, it endures. Love in marriage is rarely learned in theory. It is learned in moments, some quiet, some painful, some ordinary, and some unforgettable. These are the kinds of love couples often discover not because they planned to, but because life demanded it. Let's unveil the 10 kinds of love couples discover through real life as they go on in their marriage. The first kind of love couples encounter is covenant love. This is the love that stands firm when emotions change and challenges rise. Here, leaving is not an option. Covenant love is often the first love couples truly understand, not when everything feels right, but when commitment is tested. There comes a season when marriage stops feeling exciting and starts feeling demanding. Bills pile up, responsibilities increase, energy runs low. In that season, covenant love shows itself. It is the love that stays when walking away would feel easier. It is the decision to remain committed even when emotions fluctuate. This love is not driven by mood. It is anchored in promise. Couples who understand covenant love stop asking whether the marriage is still convenient and start honoring what they vowed to protect. Another kind of love that emerges in marriage is sacrificial love. This love shows when someone chooses the marriage over personal comfort and pride. After commitment comes sacrifice, the kind of love that chooses the relationship even when it costs something personal. In many homes, there are moments when both partners are tired, stressed, or overwhelmed. Yet one person chooses to yield, to listen instead of argue, to give instead of withdraw. Sacrificial love shows up when one partner carries extra weight without demanding recognition. It is the love that says the relationship matters more than personal comfort. Over time, couples learn that sacrifice is not loss, it is investment. As seasons shift, couples often discover friendship love. This is the love that keeps two people connected even when romance grows quiet. When excitement fades into routine, friendship love quietly holds the marriage together. Not every season of marriage feels romantic. There are seasons filled with routine, work, children, responsibilities, and deadlines. Friendship love keeps the marriage alive in those moments. It shows up in shared jokes, casual conversations, and simple companionship. Couples who nurture friendship find that even when romance slows, closeness remains. Friendship becomes the bridge that carries love forward. There is also emotional love, a love that creates space for vulnerability. In this kind of love, one heart is allowed to be heavy without pressure or judgment. Emotional love appears when one partner needs understanding more than solutions. There are days when one partner returns home carrying invisible weight. Emotional love notices. It creates room for feelings without rushing solutions. This love allows tears without judgment and silence without pressure. It offers presence instead of fixing. Marriages grow stronger when partners feel emotionally safe, not emotionally managed. The spiritual love is the bedrock of every other kind of love. because every Christian in a romantic or other kinds of relationships should first invite the Lord into their plans before consummating it. Psalm, chapter 37, verse 5, says, "Commit your way to the Lord, trust in Him and He will do this. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your victory like the noonday sun." This is the love that places God at the center of the marriage rather than at the edges. Spiritual love is not a feeling that rises and falls with circumstances. It is a shared surrender, a decision to build the marriage on faith, prayer, and obedience to God's principles. This kind of love becomes the bedrock because every other form of love draws strength from it. When emotional love grows weak, spiritual love provides endurance. When communication breaks down, spiritual love calls the couple back to humility and forgiveness. When physical closeness feels distant, spiritual love restores unity through shared purpose rather than desire alone. A marriage grounded in spiritual love does not rely solely on understanding each other. It relies on trusting God together. It teaches couples to pray before reacting, seek wisdom before making decisions, choose grace over pride, persevere when answers are not immediate. Some seasons reveal that human strength alone is not enough, and spiritual love begins to lead. Some challenges are bigger than human strength. In those moments, spiritual love emerges. It is seen when couples pray together, reflect together, and lean on faith rather than fear. This love recognizes that marriage is not sustained by effort alone but by grace. Couples who grow spiritually together often discover unity that outlasts circumstances. Spiritual love reminds a couple that marriage is not only a partnership between two people, but a covenant involving God. It anchors the relationship during storms and keeps it aligned during seasons of abundance. Without spiritual love, other kinds of love may exist, but they struggle to last. With it, love becomes deeper, steadier, and capable of growth through every season of life. Sooner or later, forgiving love becomes necessary. This love chooses healing and restoration instead of resentment and withdrawal. No marriage is free from wounds, but forgiving love determines whether wounds heal or harden. No marriage escapes disappointment. Words are spoken carelessly. Expectations are missed. Trust is tested. Forgiving love chooses healing over resentment. It releases the offense instead of rehearsing it. This love does not deny pain. It simply refuses to let pain control the future. Marriages survive not because mistakes stop happening, but because forgiveness keeps flowing. Marriage also reveals serving love. This is the love expressed through daily actions, quiet support, and practical care. Love is not only felt, it is often demonstrated through daily actions. Serving love shows up in small, consistent actions. It appears in shared responsibilities, thoughtful gestures, and intentional support. It is the quiet love that asks what is needed today. This love understands that romance without service feels empty, and service without love feels heavy. Healthy marriages balance both. Another important kind of love is expressive love. This love understands that affection must be shown clearly, not assumed. Love must be communicated, not assumed. Some couples assume love is understood. Over time, silence creates distance. Expressive love chooses clarity. It shows affection through words, actions, appreciation, and presence. This love understands that being loved and feeling loved are not always the same. Marriage flourishes when love is visible, not assumed. With time, couples learn the value of patient love. This love allows growth to happen gradually without pressure or comparison. Real change is slow, and patient love makes room for becoming. Change rarely happens overnight. Habits take time to break. Maturity develops gradually. Understanding deepens slowly. Patient love allows space for growth without pressure or comparison. It supports progress instead of demanding perfection. Couples who practice patience discover that love matures alongside people. Finally, there is enduring love. This is the love that remains steady through life's unexpected changes and difficult seasons. Enduring love is what remains when life rewrites the script. Life brings seasons couples never anticipate. Loss, transitions, health challenges, unexpected responsibilities. Enduring love remains steady through it all. It adapts, grows, and strengthens with time. This love is not dramatic. It is dependable. It is the love that looks back years later and realizes that what survived together is greater than what was ever planned. Most couples do not master all these kinds of love at once. They learn them gradually, through ordinary days, difficult seasons, and quiet perseverance. Valentine's Day may remind couples to celebrate love, but real love is formed in daily choices. Love that lasts is not rushed. It is practiced. Most couples do not understand or practice agape love fully all at once. They learn it gradually, through ordinary days, through difficult seasons, through forgiveness after disappointment, and through quiet perseverance when love must become a choice, not just a feeling. Valentine's Day may remind couples to celebrate love, but agape love is formed in daily obedience, daily sacrifice, and daily grace. The love that truly lasts is not rushed. It is not forced. It is not dependent on mood or moment. It is practiced, one day at a time. Perhaps today is not about planning the perfect Valentine's Day. Perhaps it is about renewing a deeper commitment, to love the way God loves, to love with patience when growth is slow, to love with purpose when life feels demanding, to love with faith when emotions are tested. Because when agape love becomes a lifestyle, special days become meaningful, but they are never the foundation. God's love becomes the foundation. Thank you for sharing this reflective moment with Enny's Diamond Stories. If this message encouraged you, strengthened your understanding of love, or stirred your heart toward God's design for relationships, stay connected with us. Subscribe to Enny's Diamond Stories for faith-centered stories and teachings that reflect God's love, heal homes, strengthen marriages, and restore hope. Until next time, keep choosing agape love, not just on Valentine's Day, but every single day.